you are wondering why we are wearing this, is the Bears are going to the Super Bowl.
Just not this year.
It's not 1985?
No. These are two greats from the 85 team.
Damn straight. So we got a special one. This is Windy City Wing Chun topic on football. Both Ken and I love football a lot. Not this year.
I look forward to the playoffs to see some good high-level football.
Go Green Bay!
I'll go with the Patriots.
What?
I like Brady.
More than Rodgers?
Giselle.
Olivia Munn?
Olivia Munn versus Giselle?
We gotta have a show of votes. Olivia Munn over Giselle. I'm taking Olivia Munn any day.
Brazilian supermodel?
She's got a butterface. Tom Brady, don't kick my ass. I think her body-wise, she's great, but her face is like, I don't think it's like
energy.
I'm going with Munn. You got that. Go Rodgers. All right. Anyway, let's get what the hell we were talking about. Okay, yeah, we're gonna talk about football
And Wing Chun.
And Wing Chun and how it relates to each other and so forth. Ken played
high school football, starting offensive left tackle.
Starting left tackle.
Jim Cobra's position on
Me?
the 5 team.
Me since 1995, Madden football every year.
But you haven't been on the cover, so you can't
all pro year every time. Man. All right, so let's get right to the point. Okay, so with anything in football, everyone loves the sexy position of quarterback, wide receiver, running back. That's all great, you know, and you need all that. But I'm telling you right now, the relationship between Wing Chun and football is exactly the same. Actually, to anything. If the foundation is not there, you can have the greatest thing ever, and it still won't work. Because everything starts with the line. Right?
Yeah.
I could have a subpar quarterback, subpar receiver, subpar running back. But if you give me an all-pro O-line, all-pro D-line, you can go a lot farther than the Bears.
Any quarterback is going to be as good as offensive line.
Than the Bears. All right, so what are we talking about? So, you know, this is a key thing with the thing we're developing. Let's say we'll go to sticky hands first, okay? In sticky hands, all right, we're looking at this motion. The main thing we're really developing in sticky hands, and people are like, you're wasting your time. No, there's a real good process of understanding what you're doing here. When we're doing sticky hands, when I go forward with him, right, I go forward with Kevin, my body moves forward with him, and my body goes forward every single time. But when I go forward, that concept is very important. I want to meet the force, and how do I neutralize that force? Okay? So in other words, if I'm just going forward like this, all right, I'm going forward, and now all of a sudden he moves out of the way, I'm going to lean into it. Well, that's no difference in football. When they actually engage, like they're here, the O-line to D-line, a lot of problems that you see with O-line, and depending on what they're doing, whether they're run blocking or pass blocking, is sometimes when they're pass blocking, they wait for the force to come in. And when the force comes in, I don't care how good you are, what happens here? When the force comes in, you're going to be leaning, if you're leaning back, you're rocking back.
Your center of gravity is already pushed back.
That's why if you end up retreating in a fight, you're already lost.
Yeah.
You have a better chance with the charger. That's why they're already at disadvantage. So as an O-line, if I'm in, let's say, in a pass blocking situation, and he comes moving in, and I'm already leaning back like this, yeah, you're going to go back. All right, so the key thing is, just like in any concept that you have in Wing Chun, if the force comes forward, go forward and meet it. So if he's here, he's the D-line, I'm the O-line, I want to meet him. Now, if I meet him like this and I'm trying to out-muscle him, well, either the better skilled person or the bigger person is going to win.
And you just rely on whatever physical, bigger, faster, stronger.
But in order to match that ability of that other individual is, if I go like this, and then I do in fact meet his force, if he moves out of the way and I'm dependent on him, of course you're going to fall. Of course you're going to lose that battle. Every single time. Because what you're learning to do is, how do I support my own structure without being dependent on him?
Right.
No different from Chisa.
Right, exactly.
Right? Chisa, we're controlling our center of gravity every single time. When I go forward, I control my center of gravity. I go forward, I control my center of gravity. It's not us, I'm not leaning forward, he's not leaning forward, and we're supporting each other.
Yeah. Even whether it's a fighting application here. If I'm here and I'm clinched on Ed, and it's easy for him to pull me down.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah.
So it's no different in football. When you're playing football, if you go against him head to head like this, and then all of a sudden you give him something solid and you're dependent on him, you're gonna fall in.
Yeah. Because you gotta think, you can feel when somebody's leaning on you. So even just if I'm here and Ed's leaning on me, I feel him leaning on me. Oh, just move out of the way. It's the same thing. Now it's just the function of what you're doing is what's different. Now you're just playing that function for football.
Yeah. The function is no different. So what happens is I want to engage him here, but I don't want to. What happens is people do technique. He'll try to do like a swim move here or whatever, or a bull rush here, and you're trying to do what? Dealing with the hands, right? You're trying to chase his hands here. If you chase his hands here, he ends up spinning around and going to the inside, or one way or another, right? But what do we do in Wing Chun? We always attack the center. So it's no different when you play football. If I'm here, I don't want to be, I'm dealing with his hands here. I'm here, I'm attacking each time his center here. And if I'm attacking his center and I'm not dependent on him, he'll have a lot harder time getting through to the quarterback every single time.
Yeah, but if I'm here and I'm leaning ahead, he tries to lean back, at that point, it's just who can control their center of gravity better at that moment in time. And if I'm the defensive guy trying to get around him and I feel him leaning at me, it's easy for me to go around that.
Every single time. So it makes no difference whether it's O-line or D-line. You charge in. Sometimes you talk about the term of chasing hand, right? Like all of a sudden, I'm going to go like this and chop and his hand's not there. Let's say his hand's not there. I'm chasing his hands because I'm not looking to actually hit the target, right? So what happens if you're in the D-line and you move in and there's nothing there at that point? Well, you're going to be stumbling over and you lose your center of gravity. Everything that you have to do is about the control.
It's control of yourself.
Yeah.
That's the big thing.
Yeah, and it's not a question of, in football, I understand the mentality. You got to be bigger, stronger, faster. But if the guy's bigger, stronger, faster, and you're trying to beat his game, you're going to lose every single time.
Yeah.
So, but that's the key thing. If I know I can only handle 5 pounds here, right? But if I give him 5 pounds and all of a sudden he pushes against me, he's going to knock me back. But if I'm here, I'm controlling my own center here, and then when he tries to push my center, I'm controlling it. I'm not dependent on him. Harder for him to counter me.
Right. And then that allows you to ultimately guide the defender where you want to go.
Yeah.
You see those guys sometimes they can kind of make it work where the pocket's collapsing around the quarterback, and the quarterback steps up. And if you watch the offensive linemen carefully, specifically the tackles that they do this the best, is that they're able to guide the defender, the defensive end, around the quarterback. And they're able to do that at times. Are they aware of the process of what they're doing? That they're actually able to do that because of their own control of their own center of gravity at that moment in time.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, a lot of people don't watch the game where they just watch the ball. If you watch the O-line and D-line, that's really some fascinating battle. You really see Wing Chun at work. And not that you don't see it in the other places too, but you really see the battle of how the play is going to play out based on how those guys are working. And most common thing is like the O-line will be here, and then if he's dependent, it's for a split second on his body. And he goes a certain way. You see him flying. Just you can pull it up on anything on YouTube or whatever. You'll see that all the time. If you're an O-line and you're not controlling your own center of gravity and you need him to support your weight for that split second, you are in trouble. You are in trouble.
Yeah. Now, the other good question is, like, if you're the defensive end and the offensive lineman, you all just see how with the bull rush. One of the guys who did this so great was Reggie White, because he was such a big, massive, strongest man, maybe arguably one of the strongest guys I've ever seen, is that he would come in here, and again, another great Wing Chun thing. He'd come in here literally, just come in, because he was so strong, just knock the offensive lineman over. So how does an offensive guy deal with that outside force? He's got to, again, come in and meet that. If I'm here, and I'm knocking the head about that.
Yeah, that's like trying to block a kick at its maximum impact, and he's going to run you over from that.
It's not going to, this Reggie White's going to win that battle every time. Yeah. But for that offensive lineman to deal with Reggie White in that manner, just like I said, that offensive lineman's got to come in.
I got to come in.
Yeah.
I got to come in. But I can't come in, and then when I come in towards him, now I'm dependent on him to support it. Because, he's so strong, he can hear it and then push me right back out. You got to be dependent on him. Just for that split second, come in. I'm still controlling my own center the entire time.
That's what you've got to understand. You have to move. If force is in motion, you have to be in motion.
Yeah. So even if it's 100 pounds, if you know you can support 5 pounds of the 100, as long as you maintain 5 pounds every single time, you're still okay. But if you try to go beyond that, then you're going to lose that battle.
And that's where you have to understand. You have to move with that.
All right, that's more than enough talk. Hopefully that helps you. Even if you do football, hopefully this makes more sense to you.
Luther 2. Hot out.
Pizza hot 4. What? Wait, that's Peyton Manning.
No, he had Omaha.
Oh, no, does he sell Domino's?
Oh, Papa John's.
Oh, Papa. Peyton Manning's gonna kick my ass too.
Manning Brady?
All right, later.
Yeah.